goblins, ghouls, and other monsters. Welcome to the Baronass Midnight Horror Review. This is an 18 plus recommended channel. It's for horror movie lovers. So if horror is not for you, it's not too late to turn around. Tonight we're going to be reviewing Longlegs. First off, I'd like to tell you that Longlegs was my most anticipated horror movie, I'd say, in the last several years. I was super pumped about going. I went opening sneak peek night. The trailers were deadly. The filming was deadly. But the movie, I would like to say that I've never been so shocked by a movie in all of my time, and I've seen a lot of really shocking content. But I was shocked at how utterly bad it was. And I'm really interested to know if other people that love horror are feeling the same way that I am. I know it's doing great at the theater. I look at theater seats. It's something, I'm neurodivergent, and it's something I like to do. But it's been like full most nights. So people are loving Longlegs. I've seen good reviews about it. I've read good reviews about it. Like I said, the filming is beautiful. It's super creative. It's super vintage. It has creative spacing, and there's really cool things about the filming. But the content is absolutely ridiculous. There's so much to it that just doesn't really make sense, nor did I really care to understand it. It was really just, I think it caters to mainstream, I don't want to say mainstream horror lovers, because I don't think it does. It may be a few, but it more caters to people who want to get freaky and want to see something, want to take their date to a horror movie, and I think that it's meant to be really, really weird, and I think that is where it fails, because it's just kind of stretching in all sorts of directions. Even the character itself, Longlegs, is just a mishmash of what people consider abnormal. And I won't bring this too much into the channel, but I'm disabled. I try to fight ableism every day. So it was loaded with that stuff, which a lot of horror is. But they kind of just took everything that people think is, like I said, abnormal, and put it into this one character. And then there's some really off-putting things too that are really upsetting to me about the character that really weren't necessary. Yeah, it was just absolutely ridiculous. It never kind of came together in a way that made sense to me, or that was exciting. But like I said, like, the soundtrack is killer, the filming is beautiful, there's elements of it, but also the acting is terrible. And I know that some horror movies use that, like, it's kind of meant to be bad acting. I can't think of an example, but even some of the Ty West movies I almost kind of thought maybe that's the direction I don't even know who directed this film, and I'm not really looking it up or too concerned about it, but I definitely think there's these elements of horror movies that I love, like Ty West films, and like House of the Devil. That was, I forget how it was filmed, but it was just like maybe one shot or something. Like, it's just such a 80s, like, it really captured a different era. And I think that this movie was trying to do that with the filming, and it kind of did, actually. But the acting was just awful. The main actor, who I didn't like look up anything. I don't know anyone's names. I know Nicolas Cage is Longlegs. That was definitely advertised fully. But yeah, the main actor in it, who plays, I think, the detective, like I didn't care to follow too hard, but this detective um, is real bad. That's all I can say. It's just again meant to be. I can see where it was going. They definitely had meant for her to be a little bit or majorly awkward, and but the acting itself was super awkward, and there was just like and the mom, whose age, I think it's an actor who's the same age as the daughter. So like they just chose to do that instead of casting someone who it would fit better for. And everything was just really uh, weird choices that none of it really made sense to me. And like I said, I love horror movies. It's my special interest since I was a child. I've loved film and directors and horror my entire life, and so I've seen a lot of stuff, and my limits are really go far. Uh, and I expand a lot of places, and I watch things a lot of people won't watch based on content. I really like really disturbing, dark stuff. So I've seen a lot of stuff. Um, so I think maybe that's why this didn't really feel much for me, but also I think that's why I think it's not for me. It's for people who really have never seen a movie like that, and they will kind of maybe look at this movie like it is the kind of movies I've seen in the past, is what I'm thinking. And they probably would never see like a Lars von Trier film or something like that. So this is kind of their, I don't know, their shitty version of it. But yeah, and then just to top it, the satanic panic in it. It's in every horror film. It really is in most horror movies. The core is satanic panic, and it is getting a little tiring. I have to say, and it it's so problematic, but I also find it kind of humorous that we're, as a society, still on it. So I'm entertained by what scares people, the majority of people, because it's not the same stuff that scares me often. Satanic panic sure as hell doesn't scare me, so none of it's gonna get me, no possession movie or anything like that. But this was really drenched heavy in satanic panic and kind of that old school, real some Christian propaganda in there and stuff, which humored me, and also it makes sense why it's really mainstream popular right now. But all in all, I just thought it was. I'm telling people, or very few people so far, because I really urge people to watch it and find their own opinion on it and let me know, because I'm curious, and I never shame people for liking things that are different than me, but I'm curious about it. So yeah, I'm definitely curious about what people think of this movie. It's definitely not for me, and at this, yeah, it is the worst movie I've ever seen. Is what I'm telling myself. Right after I watched it, I was like, okay, I've now seen the worst movie that to me, and I was kind of amazed by it, and so there's a piece of me that appreciates that experience for myself of just seeing something and looking so forward to it. And I also was like, well done, well done for the advertising. And the first trailer I saw for it was so cryptic, it was just so quick, and it was like, what is this movie about? It was real short and creepy, and so it had me. And again, the filming and some of the elements that I liked about it were really heavy in it, the 20-second or whatever trailer, so it got me right away. And then the second trailer had a little bit more, and it still, though, was like a little cryptic in what's going on. And then I saw it, and I was like, what the hell's going on? So that's my review of Longlegs. I give it a big Baronass down. But I also recommend that you see it, maybe not in theater, maybe wait, it's up to you. But I also don't want it to keep doing so well because it's so bad. But again, it's weirdly entertaining me, and so please let me know what you think of the film if you can in the comments. Also, please like my videos, share my videos, and I will be making more. So if you like them, please stay tuned because I have a lot of reviews to give. Good midnight.